What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here bringing another video. Today I wanted to bring you a video on something that recently has been getting a little bit more attention. I don't know how long it's been around, but people have been doing it recently. I've seen, especially on Twitter, but it came up to start with on Tumblr, I believe, and that is the Power Ranger 30-day challenge. Now, you may think to yourself, okay, are you going to do 30 individual videos of Power Ranger stuff? Not necessarily. So the thing is that I wanted to start off by doing one video, like all 30 days in one video. Now, what I want to say before I get into this is, if people want me to expand and explain things in big detail and all that, and want me to actually do 30 days of information explaining my answers to some of these, then leave a comment below, because I would love to know. Otherwise, I think just doing one video where I just basically give you the general answer and maybe a little bit of information for some of these is enough. Now, also one thing to note is that I might have certain answers, and I'll probably have a bunch of them, where I will give multiple answers. And I've already written down each answer so that I'm not scrambling to figure it out or coming up with something off the cuff. So, I wanted to do that. So, let's get started, I guess. Again, if you guys want me to do a full explanation of some of these and talk about them in real detail, leave a comment telling me you guys want me to actually do individual videos of each day. I also already have things planned for a Super Sentai version. Yeah, I already have that already set up, and I've already written up each of the answers to the Sentai equivalent, which is the same questions but for the Japanese show. So let's get started with this. So day one, it says favorite season. Now, for those that don't already know me, I'm a big Time Force fan. I love that season. That's my favorite season, and that was an easy one. So that's day one, right there. Okay, so and yeah, I've always loved Time Force. So day two, it says least favorite season. Okay, so least favorite season for me would be Operation Overdrive. It's not the greatest season, in my opinion. Remember this now. This is all opinionated. And also remember this, if you guys want to give me your answer, if you guys want to put down your answer to some of these questions, I would be happy to hear them. I'm also going to leave a link in the description so that you guys can also answer these questions in the comments and tell me what you guys think of these and what your answers would be to these 30 questions. You don't have to do them all, obviously, but it's up to you. So yeah, that's day two, is Operation Overdrive. Day three, favorite Ranger color. Probably red, you know. I mean, I like a lot of the colors, but red would probably be the simplest answer for me to say. So yeah. Day four, we got favorite mentor. Okay. So I put down Zord. So I would write down Zordon because, yeah, you know, he's probably my favorite mentor out of all the mentors that they've had in the show. Next question is one that I had to think about because I actually don't remember his name that well because it's because it says least favorite mentor. Well, same season as my least favorite season, Power Rangers Operation Overdrive, and the mentor for that season is Andrew Hartford. Yeah, not a big fan of him. So yeah. Day six, it says favorite ally. That's a hard one, but I chose in the end to go with Alpha 5 just because it works. I mean, there's a lot of good allies, but yeah, you know, I didn't want to think too heavily into this, but at the same time, I you know, it's fine. I could have even put down Bulk and Skull or whatever. It's fine. So now we're getting to day 7 now, so it's a week's worth of stuff if we were doing this each day. And that question is one that a lot of people love to answer, which is favorite villain, day 7. And I have two answers for this. If I had to choose one, I'll tell you, but let me start off with my two answers. So I put down Astronema and Rancic. One guy, one girl, right? Okay, if I had to choose one, I don't know. I might choose Astronema, I don't know, or I might choose Rancic. That's a really hard one for me. I would lean towards Rancic just because I love Time Force, but I don't know. I like them both a lot, that's the thing. So that's day 7. Day 8. Day 8, favorite general. Yeah, favorite general. And the thing is that I actually thought about one more after the fact, and so I have 3 favorite generals. And that's because there's actually so many generals I love, and like you don't realize which is a general and which isn't a general until you actually look up like how many generals there are. And I'm like, oh, this is a great one, this is a great one, this is a great one. And it's just like you want to choose one, but it's just like there's so many. I can think of, I've narrowed it down to 3. And the 3 are Ecliptor from In Space, Vilmax from Lost Galaxy, and Frax from Time Force. Those 3 are like the best generals in my opinion. If I had to choose one, it's so hard. Maybe Frax. I don't know. I love Vilmax, and because Vilmax is an honor-bound character, and Ecliptor is, you know, he was like he raised Astronema. I mean, that's pretty cool. And he was also a really cool character. Favorite monster. That's an interesting one. I had to look that up because there's so many monsters. If you haven't realized in Power Rangers, like I mean, there's 23 seasons. Almost 24 seasons now. Yeah, there's a lot of monsters. I put down Loyax from Lost Galaxy, and he's a monster. If you're curious, like why, like who is he? He was from Lost Galaxy. He was in the episode where you had like Maya and Loyax talking to each other, and like Loyax was all honor bound, and he didn't want to harm her because she was a girl, and he didn't treat girls fairly or whatever. But in the end, he ends up learning to respect her. So yeah, she's also stubborn in the episode. It's a really good episode. There's so many other monsters, I'm sure. It's just that, like, I had to think of one off the top of my head. I'm like, Loyax sounds good. And it's not like I knew his name. It's more like I had to look it up, but I had the episode in mind. I didn't know the name of the episode, but you get my point. So day 10 is favorite foot soldiers, and I put down Quanatrons because I find them so unique, and because you know they were an American only. Foot soldier group, and they were just interesting looking, you know? They were different, and they definitely were decent fighters. Next is day 11, and that is a hard one. That's why I have 3 for that one as well, and that is favorite theme song. For me, I put down Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue and Power Rangers SBD, as well as the Power Rangers movie theme. Yes, I put down the movie theme because I love the movie theme. But if I had to choose one, I don't know, either SBD, I don't know, maybe SBD, I don't even know. They're all really good themes. And just in general, like, I love all the themes, like, for the most part, but, like, those 3 were probably, like, my favorites. So, yeah, I really do like those themes a lot. Day 12, we got favorite love interest. And this was hard, too, because I ended up having 2 that I really love. And I probably would put down my first one over my second one, even though I love them both. My first couple I put down was Wes and Jen. I love their relationship, and it's such an awesome thing. And then the other one was Andros and Ashley, of course. And I would put down Wes and Jen over Andros and Ashley just because of how things worked out and how that whole entire story came to be. But I still like them. I still like Andros and Ashley a lot, and their story was great too. You know. Day 13, we got favorite Morpher. I actually have, I have like 4. Yeah, I mean, these are like some of the harder questions. I put down the Quantum Morpher, the Chrono Morpher, the Astro Morpher, and the Legendary Morpher. Each of them are good in different ways. If I had to choose one, probably Quantum or Chrono. I don't know. I really like Time Force. You haven't already guessed. I love those seasons, but like the Astro Morph and the Legendary Morpher is really cool too. Day 14, you're talking about favorite weapon. That was a hard one, and I had to figure it out in my head, and I ended up choosing the Lunar Q from Wild Force, which was Merrick's weapon for he was the Silver Ranger from that season. Day 15, favorite team up. Most people would put down Forever Red, and I consider that, and I feel like that's too easy to say. I mean, Forever Red is definitely like probably my favorite. But I wanted to put down something else, which was reinforcements from the past, which I really loved because I loved how the story ended up working out and all that. That was a great season. That was a great special. Day 16, you're talking about easiest villain to defeat. That's an easy one, and most people I've seen put this down, and that is the Z putties. Z putties basically, once they figured out that if you just hit their Z, they're dead. They became a joke, and yet they used them in so many episodes. But it's sort of like, it's kind of pointless because it's like, oh, you now know what you're doing, and yet you're gonna bring them in every single episode. Why? If they're not gonna do anything more useful, why bring them in at all? Like, yeah. I don't know. So that was day 16. Day 17, hardest villain to defeat. Probably either Darkonda. Probably Darkonda. A lot of people have seen him put down Lord Zed, and I do consider him really hard to defeat. But I think Darkonda as well, because Darkonda had multiple lives. And like you even saw towards the very end of the show, like during Countdown to Destruction, you saw that he had multiple lives. I mean, he eventually ends up dying, but you could see that he definitely was not an instant death character. But Lord Zed also is really powerful and really cool. Day 18, we got favorite 6th Ranger. I have 2. Probably either Quantum Ranger or the Green Samurai Ranger from Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Those 2 are definitely my favorites that there have been. Not just based off of like design of the characters, but just in general, like based off of their just based off of them as people and actors and characters. Day 19, you got favorite Megazord. Okay, I have 2 for this. I have the Storm Megazord, which was from Ninja Storm, and I have the Astro Megazord down. If I had to choose one, probably the Storm Megazord. You know, I like them both, but probably the Storm Megazord, just because the Storm one was I always liked that one. Day 20, favorite Zord. Okay, I put down Pyramidas just because he's cool, and you know, I can go into more detail, but a lot of these I can go into a lot of detail, but yeah, my point. Yeah, Pyramidas would be my favorite Zord. Day 21, you got favorite scene. Okay. I have that down. I have one right now, and that is Andros destroying Zordon. That is the one that I personally think is such a great scene. A lot of people love it. It's a really cool scene. It's a really emotional scene, of course, and it's supposed to end the era, and it was supposed to be the end of the show, of course. So yeah, day 21 was that. Day 22, you got most relatable character. I put down Adam Park from Mighty Morphin Season 2 and 3, as well as Zeo and first half of Turbo. Yes, for those who do not know who Adam is, he was played by Johnny Young Bosch, which is very cool, and he's probably one of, if not my favorite MMPR characters. So yeah. Okay, day 23, something to exist in real life. All right, something to exist in real life would be the morphing grid. That's what I would put down, and I've seen that before as well. The morphing grid would be very interesting to see in real life. Day 24, favorite actor / actress. I have an actor and an actress. Actually, I have 2 actors and I have 1 actress. Actor, I put down Johnny Young Bosch again, but I also put down Jason Font. Because I love Wes, and that's another reason. Actress, I put down Erin Cahill, who played Jen from Time Force. She's also just a really cool character. I always loved Jen. It's just such a great character. Day 25, I put down, day 25, it says, any changes to the continuity. And I had one, which is bring back Zordon. I would be so curious just to see what would happen had Zordon not ended up being destroyed. You know, if they could, or even if everything got destroyed, but then somehow he got revived. I would love to have seen what they would have done with that. That's what I would love to know. Day 26, the question is a 6 Ranger team of 1 color. So every one of them has to be 1 color. So my favorite color I put down was red, right? So I ended up having to figure this out in my head, like, what makes sense. And I did it, and I ended up writing them in order of season that they appear. So 6 Rangers. So I put down Jason Scott, the original MMPR Red Ranger. I then put down Andros, who played the In-Space Red Ranger. Then I put down Carter Grayson, who played the Lightspeed Rescue Red Ranger. Then I put down Wesley Collins, who played the Time Force Red Ranger. Then I put down Eric Myers, who played the Quantum Ranger. Then I put down Shane Clark, who played the Ninja Storm Red Ranger. Then I put down Casey Rhodes, who played the Jungle Fury Red Ranger. And then we come to day 27. Day 27, it is favorite morphing call. I have 2, but I probably would choose the second one of them. First is Let's Rock It, of course, which is great. And the other one was Ninja Storm Ranger Form, ha! Which I would probably put down Ninja Storm Ranger Form, ha! Over Let's Rock It, even though both are great. Day 28, favorite morphing sequence. I put down Power Rangers Time Force or Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Both are awesome looking, great morphing sequences. Day 29, favorite suit and helmet. So I actually have an interesting thing for this. So for those that don't know, Power Rangers likes to do 2 different types of helmets and suits. They like to either do recolorings or non-recolorings. Recolorings basically means that each helmet or each suit is basically the same. It's just that the colors are different based on whichever ranger it is. When it's not recoloring, then each of them has a good number of differences. Does that mean that they have a bazillion differences? Not necessarily, but they have enough differences to say that they definitely look different, but they still look like they could be a team together. So I'm going to tell you what the non-recoloring ones, which are the ones that are more unique each one, and then also the recoloring. So a helmet that is a non-recoloring that I personally think is probably my favorite is Wild Force. Suit non-recoloring, so that would be either RPM or Ninja Storm, even though they kind of aren't really that different, but they have enough differences. Helmet recoloring, I put down Time Force because I like the helmets all around, even though obviously Quantum has a little bit of a difference. For the most part, it's all different. Suit recoloring, I put down the In-Space outfits. So yeah, day 30, which is the last one, is a dream reunion team. Okay, so that means we're talking about 6 characters that I would love to have in a dream team. And if I had to think of 6 characters that I could have in a dream team, I put them in order of season. So first I put down Adam Park from all those seasons that I've already said already. MMPR, seasons 2 and 3, Zeo, and first half of Turbo. Then I put down Jen Scott, who would be Pink, obviously, and she played Jen. She was Jen from Time Force. Then I put down Tori Hansen from Ninja Storm. Then I put down Kira Ford. And Tori Hansen obviously was Blue Ninja Storm Ranger, and then Kira Ford is the Yellow Dino Thunder Ranger. And then I put down Andros, which is obviously the In-Space Red Ranger. And then I put down Ryan Mitchell from Lightspeed Rescue as the Titanium Ranger. So those are my answers to those questions. I'd love to know what your guys' opinions are. Do you have any? What would you put down for your 30 answers? Is there, what would you put down that's different or similar or, the same? I'd love to know in the comments below. What is your opinion? Is there a certain one that you would put down over another one, or what? How would you choose it? Do you have a different opinion? And do you guys want me to do a longer extended video? Do you want me to do individual videos of each of these answers where I explain these things? Because I actually have my thoughts on a lot of these, and I can talk about each of these points in detail if you guys want me to. Obviously, this is a long video because it's 30 different answers, and I wanted to do a little bit of talking, but not too much explanation, clearly. So, Please leave your comments below. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys want me to do more, or is this enough? I'd love to know in the comments, and also what your lists are for these answers. And yeah, that's about it. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So till then, guys, I'm Crazy Samurai 71, and goodbye, guys.